So how do you keep your pigs from getting out of electric fence? So today, I'm going to teach you how we train pigs to electric fence. In my mind, training a pig to electric fence is one of the most important parts to putting them on pasture or out of hard panel gates. The first thing we do is I'll set up my electric fence posts inside their pen, which I've almost got completely set up here. I will have my pigs already in their pen for a couple weeks, so they're pretty used to it, and I will run the posts right next to about 6 to 8 inches inside of their panels or gates, whatever is already containing them. Step 2. Now that I have the electric fence posts all set up for running my wire, I will now get my wire and start running it. Before I run it in the pig pen though, I want to make sure I'm ready to turn it on and get it zapping. So I'll have a friend or a brother in this case be ready so I can run it in the pig pen and obviously let go and then tell them to turn it on, and they'll turn it on, because as soon as those pigs can touch it, they will, and you want it to be hot immediately and never once them touch it and it not be zapping. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably know how to use electric fence and have used it, but just in case you don't, I'll give you an example here of what we do. We use these metal rebar posts you get from TSC and the plastic insulators. For running it around the field, you can just clip it in like that. It's super simple. On corners or when you're trying to keep a lot of tension, I like to pull it tight, and you can wrap it and it'll keep a nice tight line over here, and this sometimes, if you wrap it enough times, then this side can be slack and this one will stay tight. Okay, at this point, I've got it all the way run over here to my pig pen, right here at the top. It's gonna go straight down to this, which I've already adjusted to the pig's height, right about where their nose is. And now all I have to do is run across the bottom of their pen and back out the other side. So now I'm gonna go make sure my hookup is all ready and ready just to turn on and have power here. And then I'm gonna run it and tell my brother to turn it on, and he'll turn it on, and we'll show you what happens then. So this is a handy invention that we got off of Joel Salatin, one of actually his YouTube videos. It's a extension cord or drop cord or something with the 2 electric fence ends you can get from TSC, or most electric fence companies have them. And you just put it on, and it's for like a gate like this. You can hook it on one side and just have your electric fence run here and hook it. It can lie across the ground, and you hook it to the other side, and your power goes through, and you can still open and use your gate like a normal gate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hook it to this side, which does not have power coming to it, and I'm going to lay it here on the ground, and this is where our power comes in and out of that black cord right there. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. This isn't grounding out, it's really hot. So I'll have the power on here and set up. So all you have to do to turn on my electric out to the rest of the pigs is hook it here. So when I'm ready, my brother can just hook it right there. Or if you're doing it by yourself, it'll be really easy. Pig pen's right over there. Run over here, hook it on yourself. Now I'm going to talk about the importance of having a really powerful electric fence or strong current right when you're training your pigs. It's very important because when these pigs are just learning what electric fence is, the first experience with it is going to be the one that sticks the longest with them. And so we need to make sure that the first encounter really is memorable. It really hurts them. You want to make sure that that fence is right at where their nose level is, because their nose is normally a little wet and it's soft and tender. So it sounds a little cruel to be like, I really want to hurt the animals, but we're not hurting them, because actually in the future it's going to keep them in and keep them safe from, getting lost in the woods if you have them out in your woods with electric fence. So we want to make sure that it's the right height, and that when we run our electric cord from wherever your power source is, that is not grounding out on anything. It's handy to have a tester to be able to touch your fence with, and it'll tell you how high it's reading. If you don't have one of those, I haven't had one for quite a while and I've got along without it. You can use a piece of grass or something, or touch it yourself if you want. But you want to make sure that it's got lots of power, not grounding out, and make sure it's hitting really hard for those pigs when they first touch it. So why do we train pigs to electric fence / why do we do it how we are doing it? First, we train pigs to electric fence because if you don't, the pig will not know what to do when it sees this little wire, walks up. Pig is super curious and cautious, so it's not going to just run right through it. They'll probably kind of see it, come up, sniff it, touch it, and then they're going to be like, what just happened? Because that electricity just ran through them, and they're going to want to just get away. And their first reaction is to run forward. They're not going to run backwards. They don't know, can't see behind them, just like we can't. So they run forward. But that's just going to get them tangled in the fence. They're going to go over or under the fence, and they're out. So we don't want pigs running loose and have to chase pigs for half a day. So we're going to train them inside a familiar area where they've already been, so they know that they can go all the way to my black gates here, or if you have them in a barn, they know their area. You want to make sure it's familiar. And then we put that electric fence on the inside, so it's a new thing, just like it would be in a pasture. You set up that wire, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to come up, sniff it, touch it, they're going to run forward, but when they try to go through that electric fence, they'll go through it, but it's only 8 inches or 6 inches away from your gate or wall, and they're going to hit that gate wall and they can't go through that, so then they're going to have to run back. And so then very quickly they're going to learn that that electric fence, they have to go backwards or turn around to get away from it. So they're going to start respecting that wire. They normally only touch it once or twice, and then they just walk up, sniff it, and walk away because they know what it's coming. And so I leave it in here for about a week, and it normally does the trick. Then I can let them out onto a pasture. I make sure the first time they're on a pasture, I make sure it's also hitting hard just in case, because they can smell the electric fence. So just in case they haven't got it completely in their brain that electric fence hurts, we'll make sure that really it's hot the second time they touch it. Power is now on. I'm going to go ahead, use my tester, and test. Okay, it's hitting as hard as my tester will read. So now when they come and get curious, go ahead and touch that. And I'll show you what happens when they touch it. So now you have seen how to train your pigs to electric fence, which is the most important part about putting pigs on pasture or in woods. It doesn't matter how many strands of wire you have. I've been using one strand of wire, and I just adjust it so it's about their nose height or vision. The pigs normally look down, so you want to not up here where their eyes are, but about where their nose is where they'll see. So I keep it about that height, and they stay in if I have trained them. I have now put pigs in electric fence without training them, and it doesn't go so well. They normally get out. I have had pigs get out, but I did not train them. You can use 2 strands if that makes you feel more comfortable, or also electric netting, pig netting. I use that in my woods, but if you train your pigs to electric fence, you can use 1 strand. It's cheaper, it's easier to unroll and roll because it's just one. You don't have to go across it twice, and it's less insulators. So the most important thing to keep your pigs from escaping electric fence is to train them when they are young to electric fence inside of a bigger pen or area. Thanks for watching our video. Hope you got a lot of information about how to train pigs to electric fence. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Also comment below any cool creative things you may have come up with using electric fence, like our gate bypass that I showed you earlier, or anything like that. Love to see that in the comments section. Thank you very much. Ah, I messed up.
Yeah, take the flat out of your hand.
Oh, it looks good, man.
No, it does not.
All set up, I messed up again. Come here, piggies. Come here, piggies. Come here, piggies. Come on, be curious. Come here, piggies. Come here, piggies. Yes, little piggies. Oh, you want some of it too? Hello. My aunt is biting my pants. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this.